How many pictures do you want?
Julius Malema is trending, and not for a speech or protest. He has been sentenced to 5 years in prison. Clips from the East London Magistrate Court have gone viral, showing the EFF leader being handed a direct prison term without the option of a fine. But there is a paradox that has the internet buzzing. He walked out the court a free man. How a convicted criminal sentenced to 5 years simply walk out? Is he actually going to a cell, or is this a political lifeline? For those unfamiliar with him, Julius Malema is the leader of Economic Freedom Fighters, one of South Africa's major political parties. He's known for being outspoken and controversial. He's one of the most influential figures in the country's political space.
Hey man, we just arrived. Just relax. Just relax. Please man. Just search.
The entire legal saga stems from a single viral video from 2018. During the EFF's 5th anniversary celebrations at Sisa Dugashe Stadium, Malema fired what appeared to be a semi-automatic rifle into the air in front of a crowd of 20,000 people. At the time, it might have looked like a celebratory shot, but as the years went by, the footage became the smoking gun in a massive legal battle. It wasn't just about firing a gun. Authorities launched an investigation into whether Malema had a valid license or whether the firearm was handled legally and safely in a public space. The state brought charges of unlawful possession and use of a firearm. While the defense tried to argue that these shots were just celebratory shots, the courts noted that children are killed weekly in front of yards by random crossfire, and this was the first time such an act was presented as a harmless celebration. Toinette Olivier delivered a blistering judgment, giving Malema what some observers called a little bit of his own medicine. She highlighted the astronomical financial impacts on taxpayers involving massive police manpower and ballistic logistics. But the most heartbreaking detail was the human cost. Because of the intense security and disruption surrounding this high-profile case, the court was inaccessible to the community. Magistrate Olivier noted that mothers could not approach the courts for maintenance, grandmothers were blocked from applying for foster care, and witnesses in murder trials lost their chance for closure because the court rolls were pushed back. She emphasized that everyone is equal in law, whether they are a politician or a homeless person.
What has transpired is indeed sad. It's a sad day for justice. The other aspect that is aggravating in this matter and which needs to be mentioned is the astronomical financial impact this matter has had on the taxpayers' pockets or at the taxpayers' expenses. I'm saying merely that a trial of this magnitude involved tremendous human manpower if we look at the ballistic side of this matter alone. Mothers could not approach the court for maintenance. They could not reach inside. Grandmothers could not come to the offices to apply for foster care or guardians, appointment, adoptions, domestic violence. Those people did not have access.
After careful consideration, which the magistrates insisted was free from any interference, she handed down the following sentence. Count 1. Possession of firearm, 5 years imprisonment. Count 2. Possession of ammunition, 2 years imprisonment. Count 3 to 4. Various fines of 20,000 rand or 6 months imprisonment. The court ordered these to run concurrently, making the total term 5 years of direct imprisonment.
That the accused has been convicted of. We've heard daily or weekly of children playing in their front yards in the street who are caught in crossfire, random shots fired, killing people. It's just the first time that we hear it's being called celebratory shots. And in essence, the accused, all as stated, are equal before law. But in your instance, it cannot be said that you are not accountable due to the position you find yourself in. You are accountable to members or citizens of this country, to your followers, to the youth, and that accountability stems from your position. This judgment or sentence is the sentence of this court and this court alone. In respect of count 1, you are sentenced to a period of 5 years imprisonment. In respect of count 2, you are sentenced to a period of 2 years imprisonment. In respect of count 3, you are sentenced to 20,000 rand or to undergo 6 months imprisonment. In respect of count 4, you are sentenced to 20,000 rand or to undergo 6 months imprisonment. In respect of count 5, you are sentenced to pay a fine of 20,000 rand or to undergo 6 months imprisonment. In terms of Section 280, subsection 2 of Act 51 of 1977, the court orders that the sentence imposed in respect of counts 2, 3, 4, and 5 run concurrent with the sentence imposed in respect of count 1.
So why isn't he in jail? Immediately after sentencing, Malema applied for leave to appeal. The magistrate denied his appeal against the conviction, stating she stands firm on the decision to find him guilty. However, she granted leave to appeal the sentence, admitting another court might conclude differently regarding the 5-year jail term. Because of this, Malema was released on a warning pending the appeal process.
The decision with regards to conviction, this court abides by its decision as stated on record. This court has not had a change of heart and clearly stands firm on its decision to convict. Therefore, leave to appeal in respect of conviction is not granted. In respect of sentence, there is always a possibility that another court may come to a different conclusion regarding sentence. Therefore, this court does not have any intention to stand in the way of such a possibility, and therefore leave to appeal sentence in this matter is granted.
This brings us to Section 47 of the South African Constitution. The law is clear. Any member of parliament sentenced to more than 12 months in prison without the option of a fine is disqualified from holding a seat. If the 5-year sentence is upheld, Julius Malema loses his position in parliament. The political reactions were immediate. The DA and Freedom Front Plus called it a good day for the rule of law, proving no one is above the legal system. On the flip side, Malema came out guns blazing, accusing Magistrate Olivier of being a racist of note, and alleging she is a member of AfriForum with the agenda to kill his career.
At the end of the day, the fighters emerged victorious because the ground forces have always stood firm behind the logo of the EFF. We want to salute you, the ground forces, for always being there from since 2018 until today. If you don't come to court, you get arrested. If you come to court, they say you are disturbing court. Therefore, you must go to prison for disturbing court. So we don't know what to do anymore. But that was not the law. That was racism speaking. Magistrate Olivier is a racist of note, and she must know that in her sleep, that she's a racist and she's possibly a member of AfriForum. That's why when you mention AfriForum, she cannot hide her emotions.
This is far from over. Malema's legal team is petitioning the High Court to challenge the conviction itself, since the magistrates refused to grant that. How long will this take? In South Africa, the High Court's backlogs are massive. Experts suggest we might be looking at 2029 before the final date is set. Until the entire appeal process is finalized, Malema remains Member of Parliament and a free man. However, the damage to the EFF brand is already being debated. With the 2026 local elections approaching, opponents will likely label him a convicted criminal on the campaign trail. Malema, ever the strategist, is already framing this as a battle against a racist system to drum up support.
Towards the end, it was a pure campaign. So he is likely to use this moment, like any clever politicians would, to really drum in the support, or rather the message that we are not supposed to be here, but because they're threatened by our very existence. Yeah. So that is the reason why you should vote for us. And basically, he will be using that. We've seen it before, how that can turn into a positive for a political party. So clearly, it's not all that negative. Him being a politician who understands dynamics will definitely latch on it.
Will the commander-in-chief eventually wear a prison uniform, or will this be another chapter in his book of political survival? One thing is for certain, the law says he is guilty, but the clock is ticking on his future.